Hello guys, welcome back to NSA Reels. Thank you so much for liking, thank you for subscribing, and thank you so much for all my followers so far. If you're yet to subscribe, kindly do so. Today I want to talk about a very important topic that has been on the mouths of a lot of people. We lost a very, very important patriarch to the body of Christ, Osinachi, and everybody has been talking about gender-based violence with regard to her husband. As a survivor, I'm going to have this video in two parts. So one, I'm going to talk about the unsung aspect of abuse that people rarely pay attention to. In the mental health society, people do pay attention to it, but I mean in the normal world, people consider it as not worthy of so much attention. Did you know that based on statistics, I don't have accurate numbers, but based on statistics, emotional, psychological, and verbal abuse eventually transcends into physical abuse? I'm here to talk about emotional, psychological, and verbal abuse. Firsthand, I can tell you, sometimes it doesn't start from the physical immediately. It starts from those little silent treatments, from those little emotional withdrawals, those little things that happen that might not be so much of a big deal, that you just feel, one of those things, or our society just sees, he's not talking to her, it's been a month. He hasn't touched her, it's been a year. Or he hasn't had sex with her, he's punishing her. And then people see it as, okay, one of those things. But did you know that messing with a person's mind can do so much harm? I can say this firsthand because I understand what it is for you to want to be seen, for you to want to be heard, for you to just want to feel that human connection with the spouse, and the person is just emotionally unavailable because they may be upset with you or giving you silent treatments or just trying to punish you in the way they know how. The key word there is the way they know how. Let me say this. We play down emotional abuse. We play down psychological abuse. We play down verbal abuse. I am not saying physical abuse I'm not endorsing it. I'm not saying that it's easier to handle. I'm not saying that people that are physically abused are not getting as much. It's not giving, it doesn't have as much effect on them as it has for the emotional, physical, psychological, and verbal abusive side. I am saying, did you know every human being's reaction to situations, to trauma, to stress, to everything depends on their upbringing, depends on their threshold, also depends on their temperament. So what can be just one of those things for one person might not be for the other. What am I saying? Emotional, verbal, and psychologically abused people feel so much pain as well. Physically abusive partners, I have read a lot about. Most times they don't just wake up and be like, okay, I'm going to beat someone today. It starts from somewhere. It starts from little things for most of them. I mean, I've read stories of people that they're just so damaged that that is the only way they see how to enforce compliance. But I'd like to say we shouldn't play down any aspect of abuse, be it emotional, be it psychological, be it physical, be it verbal, any kind of it. Let us deal with these things, let us talk about these things, and let us get help for those situations. The second aspect I'm going to talk about, I'm sure I might not be so popular for this, but did you know that abusive people are actually responding to some sort of emptiness in their minds? Did you know that they're actually sick and can get help? I am not playing down the abuse. I'm not playing down their role in causing the abuse. I'm not playing down what they have done. But I realize we spend so much time talking about that man that is slapping his wife, or that woman that shoves her husband or slaps her husband or abuses her husband. And then we're not talking about the why they do those things. As a mental health person, a mental health first aider, and in the mental health space, as much as we say abuse is wrong, we also advocate to get help for the abuser. Did you know it's absolutely possible to dig into the why the abuser is doing what they're doing? This is NSA Reels. Food for thought. Did you know that it is absolutely possible for an abuser to get help? Think about that. I love you. See you next time.